and welcome to Life at Your Own Will podcast. This is a podcast where we entertain, educate and advocate, and this week we bring you some news from the entertainment world because if you're not aware, in the first 3 weeks of August it's the International Edinburgh Fringe Festival and we've been to see quite a few shows. But before we get into that and before we get to chatting to Jay because he's back with us today, I have an apology to make. Yesterday I went to see a couple of friends and we recorded a podcast episode. It was really fun. We talked about lots of important things. I went to edit it and the sound was awful, so I couldn't put that out to you. And I'm so annoyed with myself because one, it was a fantastic episode, and two of my friends took the time out of their week to record something with me. So a big shout out to Jay and a big shout out to Joe and Stephen if you're listening. I'm really sorry if I couldn't put it out. We will do it again. But like I said, Jay is back with us. Jay, hello.
Bonjour.
How are you? Everyone's been missing you.
Bonjour.
Everyone's been missing you.
Really?
Yes. How are you?
Who in particular?
Well, if I say specific names, it's not fair to the other listeners, is it?
Fair enough.
But, yeah, where have you been? How have you been doing?
Playing.
Well, I know how you've been doing because you're my husband, you live with me, but the listeners don't.
I've been playing drums as usual, Purple Rain, and maybe joining Shinty.
What's that?
It's a Highland sport, like hockey and like hurling, which is the Irish sort of thing of it.
Is it a really manly thing?
It's not like football, it's like hockey.
Hockey?
Yeah.
So you bent over a lot, so...
You do it in the air.
You do hockey in the air?
Yeah, with the stick goes in the air, I think, rather than,
You'll need to show me this because I've not got a clue what you're talking about.
Okay, I'll show you later.
Yeah, you will. So, the shows that we've been to see this year in the Fringe, between us, how many in total have we seen?
6 or 7.
So did you go to... Do you know which order we've seen them in? Or...
Yeah.
You do? Okay, so what one did we go to see first?
I
rely on you for the...
We saw the lovely Suze Kempner.
Suze Kempner, yeah. So do you want to describe what that was like? Well, firstly, before we even got there, we didn't have a clue where to go because the place isn't signposted
Very well
at all. We went to like seven different locations within
Bristol Square
in Edinburgh. Didn't have a clue where we were going, but when we did get there, we got the last 2 seats, which was good.
Yeah, it was good, and
just as we sat down, it was pissing down with rain.
Oh,
so,
it was, yeah.
But the noise was lovely because it was in like this old shipping container, an old converted shipping container. So that was good. So you did that noise. It was good.
And it was also good what happened in the show. And she said, "It's called Y2K Women, not Yak Women."
Yeah, because of the font.
And what did she say? And she said, "Now this is how you probably do a Yak show." So what did she say? Do you remember?
I can't remember.
Can I get a moo?
A moo, okay. Is that where yak hair comes from? Cows?
I think that's a breed of cow, I think.
Yeah, because some wig makers, so if you're listening to this for the first time, I'm a lace wig maker and designer, and sometimes we use yak hair.
Oh, probably, yeah.
We use them in for things like lace eyebrows and beards, and sometimes to soften a hairline.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good. So you want to describe the kind of... Like, she's a comedian, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a Jewish comedian, and she's very allied for trans people and people like us.
Yeah, she talked about that. Yeah,
she did. And also...
So it's nice when you go to see an act or when you meet someone for the first time and you're like, oh yeah, I can be myself around them and they're not transphobes or homophobes.
Yeah, and she's also in Doctor Who at the moment.
Is she?
Yeah, she is.
What is she doing, Doctor Who?
She's playing Doom in the expanded media.
Wait, she's playing a character called Doom?
Yeah, Doom, yeah.
D-O-O-M, Doom?
Yeah, Doom, and it's called Doomsday, not Doomsday. As in the day of
Doom.
Oh,
right, okay. Switching about the apostrophe there.
Yeah, so basically it's a cross-platform of the extended media, so like the comics, for the comic and the magazine, and the audio's a book and one of the games.
Mm-hmm.
It's lots of time, so basically she's trying to find she's trying to find the Doctor. It takes 12 hours and she's got it before she gets killed. So I don't know the whole thing, but it's like a whole platform for the 60th.
Okay.
But she's getting a lot.
Yeah, because it's the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who, isn't it?
It is, and she's getting a lot.
That's mad.
It is.
And can I just say before we delve deep into this act, I was really struck by her eyes. Did you notice her eyes?
Yeah, they're lovely.
Huge, beautiful brown eyes, gorgeous.
They were so lovely.
Yeah. Yeah. What else does she talk about?
Talked about anti-Semitism from her point of view.
Yeah.
The hate she's getting from the Whovian community because
the hate. It's such a juxtaposition. Is that the word?
Yes,
like when you think about Doctor Who, it's like fun and escapism and things. And when you bring hate into it, that's like the polar opposite.
Yeah, they don't like it. It's like when Jodie.
Why?
It's like when Jodie came and like
Oh,
obviously
because Jodie's a woman.
yeah, and because Shooty's possibly so then it's like
What do you mean Shooty's possibly what?
maybe gay or and it's also because he's black. They don't like him because that's his woke
What do I
pandering.
mean? But the Doctor could be anyone or anything
Exactly.
or any description.
It's like it's so stupid
Like,
because
do you want people to stay behind in the times?
I know the Master's been a woman. And they've had the
Yeah.
General became a woman. I mean, it's just like it's silly. It's like anyway, she was really good to talk about like impulse and
Yes, she talked about like lots of things in the 90s, like impulse spray, and what she would do is what was the thing with the impulse spray?
she spray it over her body.
Oh yeah, that was it. She sprayed it all over her body because she thought that would attract men.
This person, yeah, at school.
This person that she had her eyes on, yeah. Yeah, that was good. And then she talked about
A song.
what song?
I can't remember the song, but she used to download it on Napster.
Napster, yeah, and how it took overnight to download a song
Yeah.
because of the internet being so
'Cause
slow.
it'd been
And then she talked about the Millennium bug.
Yeah, and also you don't know this, kids, but there was a thing
Kids.
called dial-up.
Dial-up internet.
Yep. And dial-up. If you use Google Maps, dial-up would give you Google Maps in 15 minutes, like a
Yeah,
whole.
can you remember dial-up?
Yeah, I can.
That was really frustrating.
Nonna had dial-up.
Did she?
She had a Packard Bell, 2 Packard Bells actually.
I'm sure everyone did at some point.
Yeah, she had dial-up.
Yeah, that was
serve.
God.
Free serve.
Back in the day, CDs and everything. And then you would burn to CD.
Yeah, you would see it on, but unfortunately, Harwin wasn't good enough for that because obviously it was not got a lot of obviously back in the day.
Yeah. Anything else to say about that act other than it was hilarious?
Yeah, she was just really funny and
then she picked on the audience as well.
She did.
Like, thankfully we weren't at the front.
And she did.
So I was like, I hate it when because you're thinking, oh God, are they going to choose me? I don't know what to say. I don't know what I will say.
And her brother's here as well. Luke Kempner, he's in Scott Squad.
Oh, is that her brother?
Yeah, Luke Kempner's in Scott Squad.
What's that?
It's a Scottish comedy mum likes. It's all about it's a mock of the police force basically.
I think they can do. I think they're running amok for themselves.
Yeah. Not you, Auntie Louise, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it's just when you hear about the police,
Yeah.
all the things that are coming out about them recently, it's disgusting. So that was the first act we went to see. What was the second one? Did I go with you, or did you go to that with?
That was second one would be.
Because like 1 week we went to see 3 acts in a week, didn't we? I was exhausted.
Yeah, it was all Blondie. So it was Blondie.
So that was
story.
the second one that you went to see.
Yeah, Blondie story.
Okay. Do you want to talk about that?
It still in that. It was okay.
What was it about?
Basically about Debbie Harry, the story, but it wasn't much of a story. You got few segments of it, and there's a few songs. I think the band were great.
So imagine, like I didn't go to see it. So if you could describe it to me, as in you sit down, what happens and
There's
when?
a screen at the back, and they talk about
Who talks about it?
this woman who's like maybe Debbie.
Oh, so it's like a tribute thing.
Yeah, a tribute story, and you talk about you get some.
So
facts.
a tribute telling a story.
Yeah, about her and her life and a wee bit, but it's not a lot of story. It's most of the songs like they didn't do a lot of the songs. They missed a few songs like Maria. They missed out like Union City Blue.
That's a huge one.
Yeah, Union City.
You and I know that.
Yeah, Union City Blue.
You gotta see ya.
Yeah, I'm real young and one candlelight. Yeah,
That's the only lyric I know.
Oh, I think my favourite actually. They didn't do it. The band were good, but it just wasn't. And because they're doing 11 shows a day, not just Blondie, they were doing like obviously Billy Joel and Franklin and stuff like that. You know how so like they had all that to do in the same venue. So fair enough, they're tired, but it's like
Yeah.
and they were late starting, so they cut a bit, so it wasn't even an hour.
Oh really?
Yeah, so it didn't really. We didn't know where we were going. We got to
I'd
ask.
be like, I'm not getting my money's worth here.
Yeah, it wasn't as good. Like, cause I don't know if it's well because we've seen Blondie.
So would Blondie have had a part to play in that?
Not necessarily, because it's just a tribute thing. They're not really.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen Blondie in concert, so maybe that's
like you know how sometimes you get documentaries and iterations about people,
yeah,
and sometimes they have to ask their permission and whatnot.
I don't think so. I think it's just that. Yeah, it's a few clips and that. Do you know what Debbie's?
So where was the venue for that?
The Surgeons Hall.
Surgeons Hall. Okay.
Yeah, Angela Trimble.
Who's Angela Trimble?
Debbie Harry.
What do you mean?
That's her real name, Angela.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So Debbie Harry's a stage name?
No, it's not actually. No, it's not a stage name. She was adopted. Her parents.
Oh, okay.
Her
right.
parents. Something happened, and I think she was adopted, so her name changed to Debbie.
Okay.
Angela. Yeah, so
So where's
Angela.
Harry from?
That Harry's just her adopted name.
Oh, okay.
So basically, she's Angela Trimble, but her birth name. But when she got adopted, it was
Debbie Harry sounds much nicer.
yeah. I think she'll say Angela Trimble.
I mean, no offense to any Angelas out there or any Trimbles,
Yeah.
but Debbie Harry, it sounds like it suits her.
Yeah. And then the third show we saw was second show you saw would have been Josh Jones.
Yeah, Josh Jones. I hadn't really seen any of his material, but it was you that suggested it. You bought the tickets without me knowing about it. And when we first went in, it was great. Well, firstly, it was absolutely peeing it down with rain, but we were. It was in like this kind of alley place. It was cobblestones and things, and there was a tent above us, so it shielded us from the rain. So I felt quite giddy that the rain was pelting it down, but we were, sheltered, so that was nice. And when we first went in, it was a good sign because they were playing Cascada Every Time We Touch, one of my favourite songs. And we sat down, and in came Josh, who is a very, very, very gay comedian. He's really funny, very camp, and he says that it's just his natural voice. Look him up, and he was really funny. And then he started. Now, if there's any, you know the story I'm about to tell, don't you, Jay?
Yeah.
If there's any squeamish people listening, then maybe fast forward for the next minute. But he started telling this joke about douching, and douching is a thing that gay men do in preparation for acts. And he was saying he was completely empty and like the shell of an Easter egg. And then by the end of it, he was like a filled cream egg. The whole audience was howling with laughter.
It was just so funny.
That was really funny, and it was just talking about being himself and being unashamed of it, which of course you should be. It was really funny, and I went on to follow him on Instagram, and I said I enjoyed the show and things, and he replied to me,
which is nice,
saying he was glad that I enjoyed the show, which was that was really good,
he loved being
and it was quite a. I mean, when you think about it, he's a gay comedian known for talking about gay things. It was quite a diverse audience, wasn't it?
It was. Like, lots of people you'd expect to be there would be there.
Yeah, even the straights were there.
Even older straights.
Yeah.
And you remember, he loves to be bummed.
He likes to be bummed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he talked about that.
Being bummed. Remember that story he told about being in the canal in his boat? And
you tell that story, yeah.
And he ducked, and or it was geese. It was geese.
Yeah, he was walking along the canal.
Yeah.
And he was faced by a geese, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you say the rest.
And he looks at them, and he gets panicky, and he jumps out of the water.
He jumps into the water because he thinks this bird's going to attack him.
Yeah, and he goes back, and he walks out, and he's like...
And then the bird looks at him again as if to say, eh?
Yeah, and he says to himself, like, I could have handled that much better. I didn't have to have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, searching for that venue, that was a little bit more difficult as well. But, yeah, so any advice that I'd like to give to the Fringe organisers is signpost it a bit better, a bit more clearly.
Yeah, exactly.
Because for people that are autistic like us, we need solid facts of where to go and where to be, what time at, where to queue.
Exactly.
I know it's not always, it's not always possible, but yeah.
Yeah.
Plan it a bit better. So that was my second show.
Yeah.
What was the third show?
Well, the first show I saw was that would be the fourth. Yeah, that would be my first show, wouldn't it? Yeah. First show I saw was Jeffrey Holland.
Jeffrey Holland. So you want to describe who Jeffrey Holland is? What he's famous for?
He's a legend in the British comedy scene. He was obviously Spike Dixon, Heidi High, and James 12 Trees, and Rhyme Lord.
Two shows that we adore.
We love, yes. And he was doing This Is My Friend Stan Laurel. It's all about Stan Laurel talking to, like, it's a one-man monologue.
It's a monologue?
Yeah, about Oliver Hardy, and he's in the room with Oliver Hardy, had a stroke, and he talked about how he's upset because he's had one and trying to make him feel better, but knowing that obviously he's not going to survive, and trying to pick him up, and it's just all about memories and stuff. And he goes into, like, every time he goes to a scene they've done, he'll put his hat on and the lights go down, and he goes into Oliver Hardy voice.
Okay.
And it's really clever, and it's so much fun. And when he finished, he was so humble, smiling, realising, like, really grateful, like, not what, he was so happy. and it was just such a great show.
So what was the audience like there? Was that quite a mixed bunch?
Yeah, it was actually. I think they obviously came for, and a lot probably came for Heidi Hyde and that.
Yeah,
And a
yeah.
lot
Well,
probably,
you did.
yeah, of course, and a lot probably came for this Laurel and Hardy thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Stan Laurel was from Ulverston.
Where?
Ulverston,
Where's that?
England.
Okay, where did you think he was from?
I thought he was American as well, but I don't. That's my uncultured self.
Well, you can't expect to be in the know about everyone.
No, but it was a good show. That was in 11:20 in the morning.
Yeah, an early one.
It's probably because he wants to do stuff during the day and night, probably.
Yeah.
With his wife. I think it's Judy Buxton. I think his wife is the actress.
Oh, is that his wife?
I think it's his wife, Judy. I think it is.
Okay.
Maybe. Don't quote me on that, Jeffrey, and don't get annoyed if I get your wife wrong.
Was she in any of the shows with him?
Possibly, yeah, I imagine so. Maybe she was in Dr. Beechin, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, anything more you'd like to say on that show?
It was fantastic. I'm so glad I got to see Jeffrey because it's the second person from the trio, as in like Sue Pollard, Jeffrey Holland, and Paul Shane.
Well, we've not seen Paul Shane, and we're not likely to either.
No, Shaney, poor Shaney, but yeah, when he died, actually, lots of people turned up for his funeral.
Did they?
Yeah, fans, because he's, the impact he had in their lives. And
Yeah.
he just loved acting, and anyway, the show you saw, the last one, was Mark Bridgestone.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, well, we found that venue pretty easily. It was in George Street,
East Side,
and it was in this basement bar thing, and we were told to go down into this basement place. I have never felt a hotter place on earth than this basement. It was so hot. There was no windows to open. There was no aircon on. There was no breeze, nothing. So it was predominantly a load of gays in a basement.
Yeah, and Donald.
Oh yeah, we'll get to Donald in a minute. But what was his name again?
Donald and Anne.
No, not Donald, the artist.
Mark Bridgestone.
So Mark Bridgestone, he is a comedian, very funny, and it was kind of. Do you want to talk about him for a while?
Yeah, he's not as camp as Josh Jones.
Mm-hmm.
But he did go to one. What do you call it? Like a gay rave? Would you call it?
Or a gay rave, yeah.
Parties, yeah. He did that, and he does that. He talks about has audience participation. There was this couple called.
Oh yeah, I'm just remembering the other people that were in the audience, and he was talking to this. What I assume was a woman, and she said, "Yes, I'm blah blah blah. I'm here with my drag daughter, Elizabeth." I'm like, "Oh wow!"
I love that. And she was a drag promoter, wasn't she?
A drag promoter, yeah. I should have went over to her and said, "Hello, wig maker. I could be your best friend."
Yeah, exactly. And another couple was.
Yeah, but it was so nice to see that queer visibility, because where we live, we just don't see it.
No, we don't. Another couple.
We're like the shining lights of the neighbourhood.
We are actually. I know we are. Another couple was two gays. They were from a cruise ship. Remember they met on the cruise ship?
Yeah.
One was the actual pilot, the captain. He piloted the ship, and one was the dancer.
Yeah, wasn't there a thing about he wasn't? Oh yeah, that was seen. Well, who's steering the ship now?
Oh yeah, it was remote control.
Remote control ship.
Yeah.
A remote control ship.
No, it was a joke saying that he was there.
Oh, right. See, there's autistic me taking things literally.
Yeah. And then there was Donald and Anne. They were
Yeah, so there was Donald and Anne. They were a straight couple, and of course, the host had to pick on them.
Yeah, they're 35 years married.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah, for being an older straight cis man, he was quite sort of down with the gays, wasn't he?
He was. And what was the other one he had in the other show? He was talking about how he was really getting into talking about, anal and all that, and he was talking about, and he really said something really funny, and Mark was shocked. I can't remember what it was, but it just.
He seemed to know a lot about gay culture. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's quite nice actually.
Yeah, because a lot of any straight people that we know, they don't have a clue.
No, they don't.
Oh yeah, and then Mark was talking about was it Mark that was talking about positions?
No, it was no. I think it was Josh.
Josh. Anyway, getting back to Mark. Yeah, that was enjoyable. And wasn't he just kind of discovered on TikTok or something? Was he a teacher before?
Instagram.
Sorry.
Mark's on Instagram. He used to be called Poofs or Us, but he does he likes reels and stuff. Like grandma or something like a family member saying,
Yeah,
"Oh,
and he was a teacher before, wasn't he?
he was now he's now like yeah, he does more like tutoring now."
Yeah, and then when he was talking with one of the students, he said, "I saw you on Instagram," and he said, "No, it couldn't be me." Well, it's got your face and your name, so it is you, because he was trying to hide that side
Yeah,
of his life.
of course. And remember the end of the show, you had like a beat on the because TV. Remember he said he wanted the Fringe venue, but he told them we want a TV or a screen. Remember?
Mhm.
And he got the venue. He got the TV at the back, so we had to turn our heads round. Remember it was it was grinder dates. Remember people asking questions.
Oh yeah,
I loved that.
and yeah, it talks about one guy getting in touch that he liked to eat farts.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, we're not here to kink shame, but
No,
just no.
but
No.
I was actually on following the time and I saw.
I thought you were going to say I was actually on grind. I'm like, why?
No, of course no.
Excuse, why?
No. On Instagram,
Do you like eating farts?
when I followed him right, I was like sort of live, like it was on live. I remember that post live when he was
Okay.
doing it, the questions, and a lot. You know what? The one thing he got a lot, maybe like more than 5 actually.
Dunno.
Custard.
Custard?
People, some reason have custard fetishes in Britain.
What do you mean custard fetishes?
Like want to get lathered in custard and do it, and it's like, or
Oh,
put
right.
custard powder. And it's like, or pour custard in yourself. It's like, no.
What a waste of custard.
Yeah, I know. I'd rather have it. I'll eat custard, not lather it to have a good time. Well, not in that sense.
I mean, I like a nice bath cream or whatever that smells of sweets, but not custard.
yeah, it's farting custards.
Imagine it a few days later. Oh,
Burping, farting custards. Oh, that one with the chicken egg. Wanted to like put an egg and lay an egg and pretend it was
what? What was that one?
someone, but laying eggs as well, and they wanted to pretend to be a chicken and lay an egg for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And what was that one other one where I want you to get dressed or no? I want you to pour something water or something in your house or something, but I can't remember what it was. It was weird, but yeah, it was really funny. The people in Britain.
Mhm. Yeah. So that was that the last show.
I've got one more.
Okay. Well, that was the last show that I saw.
Yeah,
What was the last one that you saw?
I can't remember her name unfortunately, but Mum got the tickets. It was meant to be the Brunton Hall Theatre in Musselburgh, but unfortunately Brunton's still closed.
What's it closed for?
Because again, the roof's damaged, so they
Oh, I
can't.
hope they don't refurbish it, because the Brunton Theatre is done out in like this 90s decor. I love it.
Yeah, it is good.
So if you're listening, Brunton Theatre, please don't change it. It's gorgeous. But please fix the roof, because you don't want a leaky roof.
Yeah, because counterfeit 70s have
And you can't have like the acts going through their act with a bucket in the middle of the stage.
I know, because counterfeit 70s, they're not coming anymore until next year because they didn't like the.
So what was that act?
That was a French song, so it was like piaf to pop.
Okay.
So like up to the 60s, like pop and stuff like that.
Can you describe it to me? Because I've not got
So basically, it was
a
a
clue what it
woman.
is. Neither of the
Oh,
listeners.
what was her name? I know the keyboardist I was more interested in. She was called Jenny.
Keyboardist.
Yeah, she was great. I just can't remember the woman's name. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. But she's doing it on her show this week.
We'll find it. Put it in the show notes.
Yeah, she's doing it on
Along
her show
with
this
any
week.
other links.
It's also she's doing like Peter PF songs and like Johnny Holiday and that sort of stuff. And I didn't know a lot of songs like you think are British or English, they're actually French translated and vice versa.
All right.
Yeah, so it's quite fun.
Edith Piaf, is that the one that goes, no,
Yeah, there was 2 versions, one in French. So, I'll tell you about that, right? She was on.
Sorry, I've just murdered that song.
That's alright. She was ill, right, in her bed, and this guy.
Well, I'd like to think she'd be in her bed if she was ill.
Yeah, she was really didn't know she was dying.
Make her stand.
Yeah, she didn't know she was dying, right? This guy came to him, right, and said, like, she was writing songs on the piano, and she said to him, like, got up, said, "Can you play it with me again?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
And he played it again. It was that song, and that was the song that got her out of bed, got her touring for 6 weeks, and did a whole tour.
Oh.
And then she died afterwards, but that song revitalized.
What, because of the tour?
No, I don't know. That revitalized her.
Yeah.
No regrets. And you know what she said to him? She put her hand on his shoulder, because you know, I want to be famous. You don't have to worry about anything anymore.
Why?
Because she realised that was the song that was going to make him famous, and you don't have to worry about money and stuff. And it was.
Oh.
She said, "You don't have to
okay.
worry anymore, because I'll make this to happen for you."
Lovely.
He wanted a song to be famous. He wanted to be out the name out there, and it helped.
Okay. So that was the shows that we went to see. Is there anything else you want to talk about this week?
I want to talk.
Where have you been?
Well, I want to.
Well, you what? Like because I've been busy interviewing people. It's been so fun.
I want to talk about the actual something else with the festival, the TV festival.
Okay.
Well, television, basic. You know what's actually been voted the best moment of TV this year?
No.
You know how at the end of the Power of the Doctor, and you were saying who's Jodie going to regenerate into, right?
Uh-huh.
You know, she goes back into the Tenant and the 14. That is the greatest moment.
Is it?
Yeah, and I think I'm so excited for that though. Not long now till we get to see the episodes.
When's it out? The new series of Doctor Who?
Well, next spring is a new series, but there's going to be 3 60th specials, and a Christmas special. So we're
I
getting
would rather just have a nice whole series rather than drips and drabs of it.
we're getting a whole series next year in spring.
You've been saying to me for ages, so we'll get in a new series next year, and then next year's came along and
No,
it's
we
never
are.
happened.
We're no, they confirmed it. BBC next year is going to be the full series, but we're getting 4 episodes this year, 4 specials. So 3.
I'm really confused as to how it's going to work because you've got Jodie who's turned back into David, who's now to turn into Shooty.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
blowing my mind.
Well, it's something maybe to do with this, with who Neil Patrick Harris is playing. So,
Okay.
like, obviously, but possibly, who we think he might be playing.
Don't give any spoilers because I don't want to.
No, he obviously is playing that character, but anyway, yeah. So that happened. So it's going to be the Star Beast, which is the first one. Then there's the Big Blue Yonder, the second episode. Then it's going to be Giggle.
Giggle?
Yeah, Giggle's the one they had to change the name to Giggle because the original name is going to give it away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's a certain is it that one? Star Beast has got a certain comedian in it. She's
Okay.
the person's voice in Beat the Meep. So Beat the Meep and the Star Beast are from a Doctor Who magazine comic from the 70s, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also there's gonna be a Christmas special.
Okay.
So they're bringing them back. So then there'll be this in.
Is it gonna be? Is it gonna lie or lay whatever the word is? Drop on Christmas Day.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Christmas special. No,
because I'm not that keen on it when you see shows and like Christmas special and it's on Boxing Day or Christmas Eve.
I know, like Jodie's era, they had the New Year specials, but this is proper back to Christmas specials again.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's been your favourite, like so far of Doctor Who, favourite episode?
You mean out of the Jodie ones?
All the ones you've watched.
I only like the Jodie ones.
Okay, what's your favourite then?
Oh, there's been lots of moments. I mean, I like the Tim Shaw thing with the teeth.
Oh yeah,
because there was a bit of a comedy element to that one. I liked. Was the episode called Kablam?
Yeah, Kablam. Yeah.
Was it called Kablam?
Yeah, Kablam.
That was good with Julie Hesmanhalsh. She was good.
That's novelised now.
I remember the memes going about saying you'll never look at this item of stationery in the same way ever again.
Yeah.
That was good, that one. And Arachnid.
Oh yeah.
That confirmed I'm not really scared of spiders anymore.
That was good. I had Shopna Galati in it.
Yeah, that was good, that one. My least favourite one is when she turned back into David. Didn't like that. Heartbroken, I was heartbroken.
But the Power of the Doctor, like, you don't, like, I know when we watched that. And
yeah, that was a good one. That's the most animated and excited I've ever seen you be, ever. Yeah. And we've been to Italy, we've got married, we've done loads of really nice things. And that's the most excited I've ever seen. Yeah, you should feel awful.
I'm sorry.
Because I did so much for you.
No, but the thing, no, it's because, like, it's probably the best episode Chris Chibnall wrote, and they did, right, from that era. But, you know what an impact that had on people, though, because, when I started shouting, Colin,
yeah.
You didn't understand, like, I'm going to go through if you're going to shout that. You didn't realise the impact of having Colin and obviously David Bradley and William Hart's not right.
Because, I don't get the... I like Doctor Who to an extent, but what is it about Doctor Who why is it that it means so much to so many people?
Well, when I watched the reaction to that, right, having, like, obviously William Hart was no longer alive, so it's David Bradley, but having Colin and David Bradley, and having Sylvester McCoy, Pierre Davison, and of course Paul McGann, his first ever TV episode.
Yeah, because he was always audio only, wasn't he?
And the movie and this wee short.
Big Finish.
Day and Night Doctor, yeah. And it's funny, right, because it's like, it just means so much to people because, like, the show brings hope and love to people. Like, I listen to the audios and I love, like, what I love, like, it's new adventures with the classic Doctors and characters. It's not just people, like, obviously you do get people like John Closhaw and Jacob Tubman, that, voice
David who, sorry?
Jacob Dubman.
Jacob Dubman.
He plays like the 11th Doctor. Really goodly, and also John Cole.
Really goodly.
Yeah, sorry.
New words.
Yeah,
You're so innovative.
And John Coleshaw plays like the Brigadier.
Well, actually, that's not new. Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
Sorry, John Coleshaw plays like the Brigadier and stuff like that. He voices the Brigadier. It's so nice to have that. And
John Coleshaw, is that the impressionist?
Yeah, it's Deborah's friend.
Yes, Deborah Stevenson's friend. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really good. Like, cause you get so many and so many different characters. Like, also obviously with like Sarah Jane's character is now voiced by Sadie Miller, which is her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets to voice her mum's character, which is such a nice, But having that episode and having the scene with like Tegan and Pierre Davison's Doctor, like talking about Braveheart and Adric for the Cybermen and all that, and then having the scene with...
Yeah, because I'd watched the old ones with you with Tegan in it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you'd be quite pleased that she's here. How many years later?
40 years.
40 years later, wow.
Yeah, and also the one with Ace, but my favourite scene was Ace and the 7th Doctor, because, like, are we good? We're more than good. We're Ace. And it's like, oh, it's just so... But I wish Bonnie was in that, which I know she was, but...
Is it a bit like me with Footballers' Wives and Tanya Turner?
Yeah, it's like Tanya Turner showing up in Bad Girls.
Right, okay.
That's how, for me, because I love Ace and I love Mel, like audio Mel, not you know how actually Bonnie Langford got the job on Doctor Who?
No, I don't.
Because she was seen screaming on something, a show. And that's
screaming?
That's why she got the job. And that's why she left. Because she screamed and
she
running down all the time. And Sylvester just said now you had to fight for a leaving exit scene for her. They weren't going to let her go like a sex scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but...
They're just going to write her out with no explanation.
Yeah, because she came in on the episodes of the Trial of the Time Lord with Linda Bellingham. She's Inquisitor Darkhill.
Oh, I love Linda Bellingham. The Oxoads. Yeah. And her voice as well. She had just had one of those kind of husky type voices. Oh, I just loved her.
She's so good on the audio because she's back. Well, no, back. This was like.
Did you ever see Linda Bellingham in The Bill?
No.
She played Irene Radford in The Bill. She was like this gangster's mum. She was incredible.
She's actually corrupt in Gallifrey, the audios.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, because they're Darkhill, so she's like a judge. She's like so good because it's like Darkhill Astra, I think, or something. Her full name is of something, House something. But she's so good. But because of the Trial of the Time Lord thing, that's when Bonnie came along.
Mm-hmm.
So Nicola Bryant left, and then Bonnie came in, and then you know this funny thing is like Colin never got regeneration.
How?
Because he didn't get to witness it because he was away before they did it.
What do you mean away? Left the show?
Yeah, so he was let go from the show, or what happened, because his run was not, because they've lost faith in Doctor Who at the time, so they never got really good run with stories and stuff like that, so people didn't watch. So Sylvester basically had a wig on and the jacket on, the bright coloured jacket, and regenerated into himself.
Oh, okay.
Because in the time in the Rani, it's different now with the audio because they did the audio to make it better. So they regenerate. So now it's back, right? But yeah, he drained into himself because they didn't have Colin.
Okay. So like I've got a question for you. If you could choose, this is going to be really difficult. If you could choose between the Doctor Who series, but you see the visuals, or audio, just one of them, which one would you choose?
It was audio probably just now.
Really?
You know why? Because I've lost.
What's it about just audio only that you love? And also listeners, let us know as well, because we would love to know why you love to listen to audio only as well.
Because I'm autistic. Sometimes when I'm going to work or something, I'm home driving to Musselburgh, I like having, instead of music, I like having an episode. Because I'm listening to like also Bernice Summerfield in the moment and Time War and stuff like that. It's so nice, like David Warner's Doctor, like because they were romantically involved with Lisa Berman. It's just so nice to have, like have your favourite characters on the go.
Okay.
Instead of having having an iPad up and watching the TV, and they're just so good. Like the writers are writers who love Doctor Who, and they know how to write the characters.
Right.
And you get so many, like you get Leela, you get Romana, Ace, Mel, Joe. You get all these different, old Perry, obviously, Evelyn Smythe, Charlie. Get all these, and you get so much lore. Like I listened to one a few months ago. It was Cold Fusion, which is one of the
Fusion.
Cold Fusion.
Cold
Yeah,
Fusion.
it was a multi-Doctor story with the fifth and seventh Doctor. It was a
Isn't that a flavoured water thing?
yeah, it is. It is actually. It's tea. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then basically, it's all about it's a new Virgin New Adventures book, and all about the Doctor's wife. So not River Song, but Patience, and it's all about how they find her, and it's all about the Time Lords and stuff like that. And it's a really good story. We've got Adric and Nissa and Tegan, and seven other companions. It's just a really good adaptation of the novel, and it's like six. It's quite a long one, and it's just so enjoyable because you get more lore. Because I love the lore when you see people hear people's like houses and like their names that way, because it's just so much. And what the audios do better, I think, especially now, the characters like the villains, like the Daleks, and time are more like that, because the Daleks get to use their Dalek control signals, puppetry, and like their Dalek clones. The Cybermen get to convert more. They feel more where they're meant to be.
So, like, with the audio only, is there, like, because I suppose you need to use your imagination a lot, is it a lot more appealing because what they're describing and saying in the dialogue and things, is it because, like, it's more open to interpretation?
Yeah, and it's what I love about it is because they've got the spin-offs. Like, because, like, Jago and Lightfoot, they were only in one serial, The Tang of One Chiang, if I've pronounced that right, in the 70s. They came back, not seen each other for 25 years, did Jago and Lightfoot. And then also you've got Gallifrey, you've got River Song. In Unit, it's like, because it's cheaper for them, obviously, to do audio, and you get all these lovely spin-offs of different people. Even Nicola Walker's got her own spin-off.
Oh, Nicola Walker, she's incredible.
Yeah, she's got robots from Caldor, and it's like she's from Caldor.
Yeah, because I've been recently watching her in Scott and Bailey. She's incredible in
Yeah,
that.
I've not listened to much with Eighth Doctor for her, but and you get tortured. It's just so good to have all these different getting their own shows. It's like, because the moment next month, I'm not looking forward to next month.
What's that?
Gallifrey, War Room.
Gallifrey, is that where the Doctor's from?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's basically it's like Gallifrey, War Rooms is after Time War 4, and Leela's. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's Leela and Narvin.
Okay.
And it's called Maneuvers. This one, and it's all about, because she's obviously. It's just so good having Leela and Narvin and stuff like that. And obviously Razalon. Razalon was actually played in this one, Richard Armitage.
Okay.
And before that, he was played by Terence Hardiman from The Demon and Master.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you could get someone from the Big Finish on the podcast, who would it be? Who would you love to talk to?
Oh, there's a few. So I love Sean Carlson, who plays Narvin at Trilnum. I would love Louise Jameson, who plays Leela, Warrior of the 17.
Yeah, she's in Emmerdale right now, isn't she?
She is. She's playing Rona's mum.
Yeah, and 20 years ago she was in EastEnders as Rosa DeMarco.
Yeah. Of her. And
the
also,
red hair with a wee white bit at the side.
Yeah, I remember that. And I love Sophie Aldred, who plays Dorothy McShane, aka Ace. I would love Katie Manning, obviously.
Would you get anyone from, like, behind the scenes?
Yeah, I would actually. I would love to get Scott Hancock on.
Who's he?
He's actually the scriptwriter editor at the moment for the 60th specials that
Okay.
and he writes and does things for Big Finish. Nicholas Briggs
Is that the guy that does the Dalek voice?
and Simons and all the different monsters, and he also
Yeah, we've watched things
and he
that
writes
he's done on
stuff, yeah.
YouTube.
I love Nicholas Briggs.
What's that thing that distorts the voice?
It's like a voice modulator.
Voice modulator. Yeah, that's
And
it.
you know what?
Because remember we watched that thing of like he spoke into this contraption and it turned his voice into a Dalek.
You know now, right? You know, for the Blu-ray specials, right? I think a lot of times they're
Blu-ray, do you still get those?
yeah, they do collection stuff. I'm not got any, but they actually replaces the voice for his voice for the Dalek. I think now you're not something other special effects.
Okay.
Because no one happened when he first did the voice, right? People shuddered. This is back in the first when it came back, because it was just experiment. I can't do it, but no. Well, who's your out of all the, like, you know, the like the obviously the what's the word, like the fan favorite monsters? Who's your favorite? The ones that keep occurring, not like standalone. You know, like
I don't know. I'll just say Dalek.
do you know Hermione?
Who?
You know Hermione?
What's that?
Cybermen. I love Cybermen.
Yeah, they see with Doctor Who in general, it's a lot for me to understand because I like watching real life stuff or like dramas. I don't really do the sci-fi thing, so it's a lot for me to understand, because I'm like, well, how can he have half a face and have half a like a robot face.
Yeah,
I can't.
of course.
It's something that it's just within me that I don't relate
Yeah.
to.
And another fun fact I found out. Did you know the TARDIS sound like the hum?
The what?
You know the hum of the TARDIS, like It's like when it's
Vaguely,
yeah,
yeah.
when it's materializing. That it's actually a key on an old organ pipes
Is
straight,
it?
yeah.
Lovely.
And also Della
I like
Derbyshire,
how they keep these traditions.
yeah. And actually found it, well, the actual one, and Della Derbyshire who actually did it was actually on a, they made the first 60s one. It was on a. Do you remember what the instrument was?
No.
I remember Gaga played it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can't
I've
remember.
forgotten as well, unfortunately. But yeah, Gaga started playing on thing, and that's how they make the sound. So like a woo.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Gaga, it's 10 years of Artpop this year.
Wow.
Artpop is my favourite album. I've listened to it hundreds of thousands of times over the years. I hope she does something special for it.
I
Because
think
there's a whole movement of the hashtag justice for Artpop.
she
I
could
hope she
do.
does something for it.
She could do, but I think she's more focused on her movies at the moment. I think.
I know, but I love her for her music.
And of course, I think my favorite moment of her is when she does the Sound of Music.
Oh
Just
my
just because
goodness.
I love musical theatre.
She is like the definition of versatility, isn't she? I mean, she does classical, she does jazz, she does pop, she does dance, she does
Country rock,
country, rock, she does everything.
and reggae, really lovely.
I'm not sure she's done reggae.
You should do or Scano, like Madness or the specials. That'd be good. Baggy trousers, like her
Oh
version.
no, no, just no, don't ruin the magic for me.
That'd be lovely.
She needs to start wearing wigs again. I miss her wigs, her crazy wigs.
Maybe it's too hot for her under her flow of hair.
I don't think that bothers her.
Okay.
She's got thousands of wigs. She's used to it by now. But anyway,
Yeah,
so everyone's dying to know how you getting on with learning how to play the drums.
I'm getting there. I'm doing better.
I mean, what does one do in an average drum class?
I sit on a stool called a drum throne.
A drum throne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then I make sure my teacher instructor
Mhm.
make sure it's the hi hat. I mean, so like no the right level and like the height for me and all that. And I just start playing, looking at beats and doing like obviously the bass drum and the snare and all that.
Okay. Are you enjoying it?
No, I love it.
Okay. What will you do with it? You think?
I just love to play my favourite songs like Shanga and Rosanna and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
It was great.
So are we seeing a concert near you soon?
You never know. You were telling me you watched something about Coronation Street the other day, and they had some special artifacts from the past.
Yeah, they did. They did. So yeah, we're huge fans of Coronation Street. Not so much the recent stuff because we are absolutely heartbroken still that they moved the studio from Quay Street to their new Media City place. It's now all just demolished.
Oh,
Yeah, all those famous people that have made so many memories at Granada, it's all just gone anyway. So I watched a thing on YouTube and these people that were allowed to film inside like the tour bit of the new place. And they had a stand and it had Kevin Webster's old garage overalls. And then in the next little bit there was a glass cabinet and you saw a hairnet. That must have belonged to Ina Sharples, played by Violet Carson. That must be 60 years old or something.
yeah, I think so.
And another bit they had this. It was like this stand, and they had like 3 metal prongs on it, and on the edge, at the top and the edge of these 3 prongs, it had 3 hair curlers, and they must have been Hilda Ogden's hair rollers, played by Jean Alexander. But the best bit for me that I saw, it was like in this glass cabinet and on like this sort of small platform thing, and they had Deirdre's old thick brown glasses.
I love that. I love Deirdre.
And I'm so glad that they've kept all the artifacts. I thought it was just a case of destroying everything that they'd done and then just setting up somewhere new somewhere else.
But nice they kept iconic stuff like that. They could, 'cause it's nice.
Yeah, because I've really been getting into learning about the history of the show and where it was made, and I was looking at how the old outdoor sets were made.
That's lovely.
I find all that stuff deeply fascinating.
I just love. I love the thing you showed me about. It was it Sarah Lancashire getting a wig on?
Yeah, I didn't
love
realise
that.
that she wore a wig as Raquel.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's a really nice, very nicely made wig. Even I didn't realize, I'm a wig maker, I didn't realize it was a wig.
Yeah, it's good. I love her.
And I really, really, really want to make the Bet Lynch beehive, but I don't know how to. I wanted to make it for years.
Oh, is there not someone at ITV could help that does wigs?
They'll never tell me. I'm a nobody. They're only interested in names. I've contacted them before.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so I'm a nobody.
I wonder you could ask.
I mean, I know some people that make drag wigs and hairpieces, but they never get back to me.
Strange.
Yeah, so
very strange.
yeah, so that has been our week. Anything else to add before we go, Jay?
Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated anyway.
Yeah, wear your sunscreen. Talk to your friends.
Put a
Check
hat
in with
on.
them.
Don't stay in the sun too long.
Yeah, try and stay out of the sun between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. because that's when the sun's at its peak, especially for pets.
And if you're in Europe at the moment, stay safe.
Yeah, absolutely. So we hope you've enjoyed listening. If you're a new time listener and you've not already followed the podcast, go ahead and click that plus button. It's absolutely free, of course, depending on which. Yeah, you can listen on any platform and just follow the pod. We'd love it. And keep sharing the pod with your friends. The more shares that we get, the better, because it means we'll be seen and more people can enjoy it. And you can follow us on Instagram at Life at Your Own Will. Anything else, Jay?
Just a shout out to everyone.
Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, please. That's the main one, because the more reviews that we get on that, the more it helps the algorithm and whatever. So if you could do that, we would really, really appreciate it, because we want more listeners to enjoy this. Yeah.
And also a shout out to everyone we know who listens.
Yeah, we really appreciate your support. It's so incredible when we get lovely feedback to know that people just have a good time.
Yeah,
here,
especially when the people we talk to on a weekly basis. It's nice to know
absolutely.
that they like
so,
it.
Yeah, whatever you're doing with this next week ahead, we hope it's a safe one, an enjoyable one. And yeah, look after yourself and others, and we'll see you next week. Take care.
Nana stays.
Bye.